I'm joined now by CBU Ladybucks coach Sarah Condra. Coach, thought Raff was going to hit that three, called the double time out there at the end and wondered who was going to get a chance. Had Lindsay on because they had a bigger player guarding the inbounds on the initial play. Boy, Raff popped out. Great look, rattled around. What a big shot it would have been for her.
Right.
We'll talk about her in a minute, but interesting game, I guess, is what you need to say on both ends of the floor by the way it was called. And boy, it was almost a great victory by the Ladybucks. Just couldn't quite get that last shot to go down.
Yeah, I don't want to complain, but 50 foul calls, that's a lot. We hadn't had that many calls. And they caught them both ends.
Oh, that's what I kept saying the whole game, yeah.
I thought it was a little ticky-tack both ends. I don't like to see the game taken out of the players' hands. And I felt at points tonight it was taken out of the players' hands.
I mentioned early on in the game, again, both ends, but it was key players on both teams. I mean, you know, it hurt them just as bad as it hurt us.
Yeah.
I mean, by getting 2 fouls quick in that first quarter on several players, it just, and a lot of it, like I say, it seemed like ticky-tack, un-GSC type fouls. Called, you know.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. You just can't ever, your players can't get comfortable and they don't know how to play because they're not playing like they're normally allowed to play.
That's right.
But you know, regardless, it happened for both teams. You got to make plays, and you know, tonight, you know, I told the girls before the game, we want to come back in here into the locker room a winner, regardless of what the scoreboard says. We want to come out and play up to a standard that we normally play and compete. And, you know, I felt like we came out and competed tonight. We didn't execute 100%. You know, they made a few more plays than we did, but I felt overall we played up to our standard of play as far as competition is concerned. So I was pleased with that. We knew the free throws were going to come back and bite us in the butt at some point. We've been right around 61, 62% for the last 3 games. You know, we go 15 for 23. We miss 8 free throws tonight, and you know, those are critical in these tight games, and these are the type of games that we're going to be in. You know, we're not going to be in games that we rout people. It's just not the makeup of our team.
And there should be a few games that we get routed on the other end, the way we play.
Know, it's just, but we've got to make free throws, and we just, you know, we just didn't. You know, like they just made a few more plays than we did.
Half glass full kind of guy, coach. I know it was frustrating with the fouls, but we mentioned Rafa a few moments ago. You're getting a deeper team due to injuries that have happened here and there, and then the foul trouble tonight because she really hadn't played, and she really looked good out there tonight coming off the bench.
Yeah.
You know, she looked comfortable. I mean, you always wonder when a player hadn't played. You know, they're practicing every game, playing hard, practicing hard, but I thought she really helped spark the Ladybucks. Hit a big 3, almost hit the big 3, but overall I thought she was really key.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with Raph, and I told her after the game, you know, like, you never know when your number's going to get called, and you got to be ready. And tonight we went with her, and you know, she made a couple of big buckets and you know, played some very key plays. And the thing is like, she ran the offense. You know, she did what we needed her to do, and that's how you get more minutes. You know, and so like, you know, I'm tickled to death because that's just another option we have inside.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I was real pleased, and you know, the fact that, you know, she hadn't been in that position and had the courage to go out there and take the shot and almost knocked it down. I just, it was close.
It really, I mean, out. It's like, man, oh man. We had several of them earlier, but everybody's watching that particular play. But again, it was a great call. I mean, she popped out, and they probably didn't expect it. They probably figured it was Courtney or Rachel or somebody. And it was just a great call. But, you know, speaking again, Kinsey Jones almost back. I know we talked before the game. Again, the depth that you're building, I know you'd rather not. Rather have your regular team full blast, no injuries, no foul trouble or whatever. But I think it will help you long term because it is a long season. It's a grind, even though now it's just normally 2 games a week. It can't do anything but help the team and to get them minutes during the game after they do practice all week. Getting Kinsey back, hopefully, after Christmas break.
Right. You know, the deeper you can get, that's a good problem to have.
Absolutely.
You know, when you can push those players that normally play a lot and you know, one, it helps with the competition in practice because now they know somebody can push them a little bit. But then it's also good as a team and as a coach that you have that confidence that you can go to anybody on the bench and the play not just drop off. So.
And Courtney had a good game, 16 points. Again, and when you get Kinsey back, it lets her become even more of a potential scorer, as we've talked about before early on in the season. But I thought Courtney really played well. I mean, West Florida's a good team. We're a good team. I mean, this should have been a close game coming down the stretch, even with the way it was called.
Yeah.
It was still a close game. I mean, either team had a chance right at the end of the game. The quarters were back and forth. They're up, we're up, they're up, we're up. I mean, it just GSC women's basketball.
Yep.
I mean, that's what you can expect. I know we're disappointed now to be 1-3. 1-3. Tough losses the last 2 weeks, but heading into Christmas break now, so the players go home with families or whatever for a week or so. They come back right after Christmas and get going? Or
we come back on the 27th, so they've got about almost 10 days, to relax and get some rest and hopefully get some shots up over the break, and just enjoy some time. That's, I tell you, the 7-day mandatory time off at Christmas is one of the best rules. I don't like all the rules in the NCAA, but that's one that I really do like. Because the players, the coaches, everybody needs that time off.
Yeah, absolutely. Because then, like I say, once you come back at New Year's, it's a grind till hopefully the middle of March or so. I mean, at least the beginning of March or so. But yeah, it is. You come back, you go on the road to Mississippi College, which I think they beat Delta the first game of the conference for their side of things.
Sure
And nobody's, well, I guess a couple teams are still undefeated going into today, but it looks like the GSC women's side and the men's, but the GSC women's side really could be a toss-up. I mean, Union's picked to win, we beat them.
Yeah.
Almost beat them twice.
Right.
I mean, and then they barely get West Florida, and then West Florida comes in here and beats us. I mean, it's going to be a barn burner through the season.
Yeah, I think that there's nobody that on any given night, anybody can beat anybody, and that's I don't think there's going to be just that one or two teams that runs away with everything. I think I don't know. Even though we're 1-3, I still feel like we got as good of a chance to come back and finish high, in the conference. Even starting 1-3, the way the conference is, the way teams are, the way we're playing, that's why you suit up every night, because you never know who's going to win it.
Absolutely. And any plans? You hanging around town, or going to try and do a little traveling, or
no?
Stay home tonight with all the ice. I mean, it's 73 degrees. I mean, watch it. My weather's on the Explorer. 73 degrees right now. Snow and ice this evening after midnight. Tornado watch starting at 9 o'clock. I mean, Memphis weather, but I'm glad we're playing 1-3, not 2-4, because that can make a big difference.
Right. Oh,
especially 5 and 7.
Yeah.
We might not get home at 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight.
Right.
But no, I won't keep you real long, Coach. I appreciate you coming by. Like I say, I know it's a disappointing loss, but a lot of good things out of that loss. And I thought we played better than the loss on Thursday night. Both of them hurt, but both of them, again, growing. You have your two senior big people, but everybody else is still, especially some of the younger players, I just see a lot of bright future as this season goes on, but even, the seasons to come or whatever, is you're mentioned earlier in the season, they're bought in, they're running stuff, they're getting good shots. Not all of them drop, but you're getting good shots. You're good assist to turnover ratio normally, and good assist to baskets made. Just a lot of good things with the Lady Bucks heading into next year now at this point.
There's a lot of things that have started to click, obviously there's still a lot of things every day that you can improve upon, but overall, with the buy-in, the kids believe in themselves, they believe in what we do, which is huge, which is the first thing that you got to have, but that they're starting to understand the offense, where they can be successful and how they can get get their shots, and things are clicking. They're starting to click a little defensively. We're not exactly where we want to be, but we're growing there too. And I thought we saw some growth there tonight. So I mean, I do. I like this team. I like where we're heading. I like you said, where we're heading in the future. And as we add pieces, it's going to be. It'll be nice in the future.
Did you sign anybody early, or
we signed 2 kids early? We haven't signed a post yet, which is what we're working. We're working hard
need to replace those 2.
But we've signed 2 guards, Britton Lytle out of Jackson, Tennessee, and Jonna Jones out of Munford, who are going to be 2 really good additions for us. They can do it all. They can shoot. They can drive. They can they will be great pieces in our offense. And Jonna's a great defender on top of that. And I'm excited about what they're going to bring to the table.
5'9", 5'10".
I wish. I wish.
5'2", 5'3".
No. They're more like 5'7", 5'8", maybe.
Okay.
I may be being generous.
That's all right. They play 5'7", play 5'8", 5'9".
Right.
Anyway, all right. Well, Coach, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, whatever's proper these days or whatever.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas, and hope you have a fun and safe one, and then good victory on New Year's Eve. We'll be watching on the computer, and we'll see you back here next year against Delta State in another big game here at Canale.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. That is Coach Sarah Condra.